Hey Greg, Rhinoceros here in Des Moines, Iowa. Just wanted to congratulate you there in Peoria on the retiring of your jersey. I know that it was something that was totally earned, and a lot of people there in Peoria enjoyed watching you come up through the ranks and pitch there, and really starting off a Hall of Fame career. So once again, to your family and to everybody involved there, congratulations, good luck, and like I call you, Coach Maddux, can't wait to see you again since you got us 5 wins in a row here this year. So take care, Greg, and congratulations on everything.
Greg Maddux had an intangible, being able to put the ball exactly where he wanted. Teams always talk about control pitchers. This guy was the model. Could put the ball within an inch of where he wanted, knew how to work the strike zone, change speeds just enough.
Congratulations, Greg, to all of us here with the Chicago Cubs. Thanks for everything you've done for us and do for us now with the organization. And you're as good as it gets. We're thrilled to have you part of the organization, and just think it all started in Peoria, Illinois as a young Cub. Thanks for everything. Congratulations.
It's not supposed to be this easy for a kid 1 year out of high school.
In high school, they would just swing at anything. And I got hit a lot harder in high school than I am here, because I would throw it and they would swing no matter where it was. They would just swing. And here, they look for a pitch, and if it's there, they hit it. If it's not, then they let it go and wait for the next one. You can set up a hitter a lot easier than you could in high school. And I hear it gets easier as you get moved up. So hopefully I'll get to find that out later on.
It's really a privilege and a real thrill for all our fans in Peoria to welcome you back. You've been a great player, a Hall of Fame player, and we're just very, very proud to realize and welcome you back to Peoria. It's a pleasure, it's a privilege for us to know that you were a Peoria Chief. And the best of luck to you in the future. And we know you're a future Hall of Famer, and that is a great privilege for us to know that you started your career here in Peoria.
Certainly a first ballot Hall of Famer. It'll always raise the question, will he be the first unanimous Hall of Famer? Seems like we never get one. I'm not sure he'll be the first one, but in this day and era, he's a lock.
Congratulations, Greg. Ryan Dempster here. It was an honor being your teammate. Great being your friend. Glad to see your number retired, as well. It should be everywhere you played. Congratulations, all the best.
Hey Greg, Bobby D here. I want to throw a few words at you. Reflecting back in the beginning, I remember being in that locker room in the mid-'80s, and you came up to the club from the minor leagues, and we welcomed you, and that young face and all that young exuberance. I was glad to see you. You were a normal-sized guy. I had Lee Smith and Sutcliffe and all them great big land mammals, so I knew you weren't the bat boy. I knew we were getting a great young player, and then I retired in '90. I remember watching you through that decade and from afar, and having a great deal of admiration for what you were doing and putting together in your career, and boy, what a great career it was. And now today, boy, we're working together again, and really glad you're aboard. Can't wait to put on some World Championship rings as a Cub, and good luck, Greg.
Hi, this is Jim Wright from Denver. I consider this an honor and a privilege to congratulate you, Greg, on your number being retired, number 31. As a former member of the Peoria Chiefs. You know, it was 25 years ago in 1985 that we were together, and I was your pitching coach, and what an honor that was for me. You know, one of my jobs as a pitching coach at that level is to teach pitchers fastball command. And you know, Greg was one of those special guys. He could automatically throw strikes, but as the season progressed, he could learn he learned to throw low strikes, strikes inside, and he could throw pitches off the plate inside without hitting a batter. But one thing he lacked was fastball command on glove side, which from a right-handed pitcher standpoint would be down and away to a right-handed batter and inside to a left-handed batter. So unbeknownst to Greg, I thought it was time for him to learn that pitch. So he showed up at the park one day in between starts, what we call a side day, which is used to kind of prepare for your next start. And we talked about the fact that he would learn that pitch today, and he was all for it. So we talked about how we were going to do it, and then we set the catcher up on the outside corner, and Greg threw 5 pitches at it. And you know, he hit the 2nd pitch and the 5th pitch right into the glove. And on the 5th pitch, which was the 2nd time he hit it, he turned around and winked at me and said, "I've got it." And of course, me being from Missouri, I said, "Well, show me." And you know, Greg proceeded to hit that mitt 14 or 15 consecutive times in a row, something I've never seen done before. That's how special this guy was. And you know, I told him that's enough. I mean, he hit it so well that the catcher could have closed his eyes and the ball would catch it for him, because it hit right on exactly where it was supposed to go.
I've learned more this month with Jim Wright than I have in the last 5 years. It's unbelievable.
And that was, I had to go to, at the end of the season, to Mesa with the Chicago Cubs. It was called the organizational meetings. And during the organizational meetings, you have about 100 men down there with all the brass and the player development and what's called the scouting department. And each club from AAA baseball, from the AAA level all the way down to the rookie ball level, had to get up and talk about their pitchers and their players, evaluate the players that had played that season. So when it became my turn to get up and talk about the pitching staff for the Peoria Chiefs, I got to Greg Maddux. And of course, I gave a physical description of him. He's 19 years old, his height and weight, and where he's from, and a little bit about his ability and how he competes on the mound, et cetera, et cetera. A pretty complete picture of who this guy was, because most of the people in the room had not seen these players. And I finished it up with Greg by saying, basically in a nutshell, what we have here is a future Hall of Fame pitcher. Well, I finished up and then sat down, and a couple of my peers, 2 or 3 of my peers, came up to me individually and said that I had done a pretty good job on evaluating the players, but there's one thing that I shouldn't have done, which was call a 19-year-old a Hall of Fame pitcher. And I kind of laughed. They said, that doesn't look too smart. And I guess they were trying to help me out. But, you know, I stuck by my words and I said, time will tell. Well, I think you're going to let me off the hook on that one, Greg, because I think when your eligibility rolls around and you take your place in Cooperstown as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, right-handed pitcher to ever played the game. Congratulations, Greg.